All right, everyone, welcome on into Out and About. We have a very, very, very special guest. My worlds are colliding. It is the lovely Lisa Ann. It's her first time meeting Joey on the show. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Joey. It is a pleasure to meet you.
meet you. You are even more beautiful in person.
So nice.
Is that bad? Is that a bad compliment when people say that? Like, am I ugly on camera?
No, because the camera does change your image and maybe somebody did your makeup or what have you, but it's also better coming from you than like the creeper walking down the street.
Well, I say the camera, it's 10 pounds and everyone says I look smaller in person. So I'm blaming it on the camera.
But it's true. And it does add 10 to high def, about 20 pounds.
20 pounds in high def?
Now, this is high def, Marty, correct?
Marty, we're going to have to go to back to standard definition, dear. This is not what we need.
I had a salad yesterday. Okay.
Well, welcome to the show. Yeah, welcome to the show. We saw you guys, you met, and Joey goes, "Who is that?" As she was walking down the thing, he was like so taken aback by your beauty.
God, I would look just like you if I was a woman.
Thank you.
On the outside. I'm a woman on the inside. Okay.
He beat it.
No, I beat transgenderism. I almost thought about it one day and I was like, you know what? Too big bone for this.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Lane Bryant doesn't have enough clothes for me.
Speaking of stories, Lisa, you're here promoting your new book, The Life Back, as well as your podcast, Dudes Do Better. I read the first book that you have, The Life. And tell us what's going on in this. What can we expect? Because Joey was going through, he saw a court case. He was already he's halfway through the book right now. We haven't even started the show.
It opens with a death threat. My first of many death threats for a year of my life. This book is really my other book, The Life, released in 2015. And this is 2015 to let's say 2020.
Okay.
Before the world stopped, of course. And that was a transitional time for me, probably the largest changes in my life. The first time I really gathered some real acceptance about my being, of things that went down in my childhood and in my life that I've just brushed aside and I didn't write about in my first book. And so I just decided, this is where I get to share my truth. And when you get halfway through, I reached this point where I discovered minimalism. Yeah. I changed the way I thought about so many things. And I found this new, incredible way of life. And I'm just incredibly happy.
What triggered that? Like, what was it? Was it an aha moment? A new religion?
It was actually being a shut-in for a year after going through all the chaos. No, this was before COVID. This was the court, the death threats, the chaos.
I didn't get to that chapter yet.
You didn't get there.
Okay.
So I went through so much that I just decided I needed to be still. So I took a year. I didn't drink for 2 years. I didn't let myself drink for 2 years. During
we're trying to go sober for 2 months right now. And let me tell you, it is not easy.
Yeah, but you'll
already have a happy hour plan this weekend.
You do. And so I just sat, right? The only thing I did was go to the gym. That was like my only thing. And like my friends would visit me. I didn't do any events. I didn't do anything. I was doing my radio shows remotely from home. So I just was still. And I started watching all these documentaries and I stumbled over the Minimalists. And I watched their documentary, ordered both of their books, read their books cover to cover, and just realized like, wow, this is perfect for me right now. And it took me 2 years to minimize my life by 75%. So I got rid of 75% of my belongings to do this.
I call him, now this is trigger warning. Me and Joey got into it over his hoarding issues before. And they're not even hoarders.
Because I have too much Baccarat crystal and Dipsy candles. He's like, he can't handle it.
But those candles are so lovely.
Oh, I know. He doesn't get it.
How did you get rid of?
His apartment smells like a foot.
What did you even get rid of? Like 75%.
At that time, I was living in a 4,000 square foot house by myself. So every closet was packed.
Right.
So it was like clothes. It was like stuff that I'd gotten on the road. It was like gifts that fans had sent me. So I just started one kind of closet at a time. I sold a ton of stuff. I went online and sold stuff. I reached out to girls in the industry for like AVN dresses, whatever I didn't sell, like any nice clothes I took to women's shelters. And then my kitchen, I decided to take every single thing out of all of my cabinets and put it on my dining room table and my dining room floor. And I only brought back in what I needed. And so after like 2 to 3 weeks of that, then the rest of it just went to Goodwill.
You were the original Marie Kondo.
And then Marie Kondo came out.
You.
She copied.
Her little joy moments. Can somebody make me a montage of just the joy moments when she gets down in their house and bonds with their house? I love it so much.
It brings you joy.
But I watched her after she came about when I was like midway through through this. But I got that kitchen idea because I had so many cabinets I couldn't reach. So I would have to get out the stepladder. So you knew that was stuff I wasn't using. I don't eat bread at home. So why do I have a toaster? I had bought a new blender and like had 2 other blenders in my cabinet. Like it was just, and so when you simplify by just bringing in what you're using, your plates, your coffee mugs, your coffee pot, of course, then you look at everything else, you're like, what is this shit?
Oh my God, there's so much shit. I love purge. It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, because nothing has a stack on top of each other anymore. Everything just goes in the cabinet.
So it's like so much more. It's much worth money. No, I'm sorry. It's worth more than money when you're throwing something out. The feeling you get, like
yes, it's such a high.
Do you think it's better feeling to get rid of something than to buy it?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
I never
God.
heard that before.
Get it
It's
out, especially in New York.
cleansing.
You live in New York.
So then I was able to get an apartment in the city because
Yeah.
I could live in a smaller space and only have
It's the
one
best. You have
master
to do it.
closet.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
What's your biggest like spend now? What do you spend the most money on? Is it like travel? Is it because you're not doing the material thing anymore?
No, but I would say it's me. Like,
Yeah.
I love getting my nails
They look
done. I
gorgeous.
love getting a
What
pedicure.
are those? Is that a powder gel?
This is a powder gel.
Okay.
I love the powder gel. They last so long and they make the nice clicky sound. I love going to the dry
It's not
bar.
cheap.
I
It's
went
not cheap.
this morning. I went to the dry bar this morning to see you.
Beautiful
too.
job.
She's lovely.
Do you like the way their
Stefania.
hair stuff smells, the sprays and stuff?
I do.
Yeah, it's
do
nice.
you?
Yeah, it's
it
pretty.
smells like the dry bar.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's triggered. So like just kind of massage, like just me stuff.
Self care, if you will.
Self care.
Yes.
That's my big splurge.
I love it. It's a little me time.
Yeah.
Little me time. Well, now is the podcast Dudes Do Better? When does that come out? Where can we find it? We're plugging everything right off the top. 'Cause
All right.
we got some business to get to after this. Let me
Okay,
tell you.
Dudes Do Better
Yes.
is every Monday on my YouTube channel, The Real Lisa Ann. And Dudes Do Better was inspired by a bunch of dudes in my life around the same time that pissed me the fuck off. And I sat down on my couch and I was like, I'm going to take a nap. And I said, dudes do better. And as I had that thought, of course, I had to go to GoDaddy and I had to see
Yeah.
if the domain was available. And it was. And then I had to go to Twitter and Instagram, the domains. So I was like, well, fuck this nap. I'm building something here. I'm telling stories.
I got something to
So-
say.
Yes.
It starts off with a segment called Creeper Conversations.
This is this is my favorite thing. Joey, the DMs she gets are fucking insane. So we were on Instagram Live. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
And Joey asked everyone to send dick pics to him, and we got
my
like
favorite.
we got like maybe like 15, 20 dick pics. The amount of stuff that Lisa Ann gets sent, it
I
would
can imagine.
blow. You should let him go through your DMs.
Because
He would have a field
I
day.
was asking around the office. There's a big buzz about you around the office. Now you have to remember, you've transcended.
You scare every single guy in the
You've
office. They're
transcended
terrified of
so
you.
much
so
from
funny. Why
boys
do I-
that are just discovering the adult films now and Googling the classics and they're learning about you, like these 20-something-year-old, 19-year-old kids, to like all the people my age that have been watching you since the beginning of your career. So I think it's so interesting that you are timeless in the fact that in your work that 19-year-old boys are like just as enthralled with you as the older gentleman like myself.
There's a new feverish masturbator waking every day. You know what I mean? And that's also a domain that I own. Feverishmasturbators.com goes to my YouTube. The really
Wait, what is it?
Feverish Masturbators.
That's you own Feverish Master.
I buy
That's
every
gooning.
domain with every thought that I have. GoDaddy loves me. I have like a Costco kind of membership where you have to buy so many domains a year. I own Creeper Conversations. Creeper's gonna creep.com.
Did she buy
Do you own something?
GoGadgetGooner.com?
Do you know anything about gooning? Do you know what gooning
Do you know what
is?
gooning is?
Oh, teach me.
Oh,
Gooning is
mama.
Okay, do you know what-
Buckle in because we're going to teach you what gooning is.
Now this is we're the Goon Platoon.
Much teach it.
Helmet is on.
We
Let's
are
go.
the Goon Platoon. Now
Yes.
you know what edging is?
Of course.
Okay, so this is edging, but for methed out gay people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
It's
fun.
you just get right to the edge and then you hold out.
Hold out for
And
days.
There's groups of guys in New York City called New York Jacks. There's groups of all these people who goon, and we've like turned the word gooning from like just being like
To
jerking
everything.
off
To masturbation.
to masturbation. Like the gambling pit is the goon pit. Like all
Yeah.
the guys around the office. So when you're excited over something, and here
You're
we're
gooning.
gooning over you to be excited. Watch, she's gonna buy the domain before she's out
gonna
the
buy
door
the
now.
domain.
Yeah.
Somebody buy the domain.
Goongag.com.
I'll gift it to you.
What's the one you own?
Pause Party Pig.
Pause party.
Pause party pig. Okay.
Don't ask.
Lisa goes, listen, I just gotta go, ladies. This has been amazing.
Kelly, do you want to
Creeper Conversations are also dudes that are like relentless, that like constantly ask me out and I say no a bunch of times and then something random happens. Like last week, this guy that I met before the pandemic that I decided to follow on IG High Crime here. Asked me out about 100 times. Halfway through the 100 times of saying no, he asked me to hook him up with another porn star. So I was like, well, then why would I go out with you ever? Because I know you only want to go out with me because I was a porn star.
Right.
Oh my God.
And then he sends me this DM a couple of weeks ago. And now I get excited when people offend me because it gives me good content for conversation.
Perfect.
And he's like, hey, are you on Cameo? And I'm like, yeah, on Cameo. And he's like, well, I looked up your
Trigger
price
warning.
and it seems a little bit too expensive. So like, if you do it for free, I'll take you to dinner.
Girl,
I'm like,
I
you
took myself to dinner.
Fuck no, I
Oh my
blew
God, I was gonna
Austin's
say.
ass up and gave his IG address away on Creeper Conversations.
Can you give it away here, Austin?
He goes by
It was Austin
AG.
Jenks. It was Dave's guy.
It goes by AG. You can go back and listen because you'll see it on there.
Oh, you must get so many people want to take you
How
out.
many dick? Do you just get tons of dick? Can we see a dick pic?
So I don't accept messages anymore. So I have to actually go through that other folder. And people have gotten smart. Like, you know what? There's the thing about the dick pic is this: just steal one from the internet that looks good. Don't send me your sad one that's just laying there looking broken.
Should I show her my shot and see if she can rate it?
I'll rate it for free.
So
I
this
won't even
is
charge you.
while you dig it up, I'll explain what it is.
Okay.
Joey,
I haven't had sex in 2014, by the way.
yes.
What, is this a choice?
Yeah, because people break my heart all the time and I can't handle it. So I just
Oh,
avoid
so
men
you
all the
can't
time.
have unattached sex.
No.
Sex to you means
I can't even
something.
have an attached friend.
He used to have unattached sex,
bless
but
your heart. Do you masturbate a lot?
No.
yes, you do, Joey. You
Once-
jerk off more than
a couple
anyone I
times a
know.
week. A couple times a week.
At night or in the morning?
It depends. Usually in the morning. At night, I'm on too many pills.
Oh, I love the pills.
Yeah.
I
That
got
was later.
Sandy or
I
two.
got a fresh batch.
Okay.
He sends, so he had a video of himself. I don't know. He has a GIF of himself coming on his own face, and he shows it to everyone that he sees.
Well, it went viral many years ago.
It went viral on the internet.
I'm so proud that you could get it up there. What angle
Right?
were you in? I'm so curious.
You're
Many
gonna die.
questions.
Are you ready?
Oh, that is fantastic.
Now, do you think I can make it in the chubby industry? No,
That
is there
is
industry for larger men?
fantastic. I could watch that all day. So especially because I'm sitting right next to you, but like,
No,
so-
your girl's
so
got it. Your girl's still got it.
You had a camera on a stand for this moment, right?
Yes, it was my webcam.
And were you doing this for somebody else?
Yeah,
or
we were.
just-
I was in Chat Your Bait, which is a.
I know Chatter.
Yeah.
I know Chatter.
So I was in
Come on.
Chat Your Bait with some like-minded gentlemen. I just took a huff of poppers and I was pleasuring myself.
That is so. I mean, it landed so perfect. This is
Yeah.
artistic. This could take somebody a million tries.
I mean, let's chop it around to the video
Unbelievable.
houses.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, but you mentioned I didn't look. The body didn't matter. I just couldn't. The angle and the perfectly landing right here.
Thank
It's-
It
you.
went in your forehead, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, that was the first
Like
shot.
he was blessed with the holy water.
Yeah, I christened myself.
We had, so we're going to get some people in here. Like I said, a lot of the guys are afraid to like ask you questions. So we
That's
thought
so funny.
a fun thing to do, we'll do it in a little bit, was we're going to get guys in here. We have 3 questions and you're going to point out who you think
Now
asked.
these are the 3 hottest guys in the office we can find.
So why is it the guys are either afraid of me or they
You're
automatically
intimidating.
think I want their penis? There's
Well,
no mid-ground. Can I find the mid-ground? Listeners out there, could you be the mid-ground?
We are your
Please.
mid-ground.
Yeah.
We are your mid-ground.
Because they don't know they're afraid to like be vulnerable and get to know you as anything but what then their fantasy is, because they don't want to ruin the fantasy for themselves.
Do you know Rochelle Ryan?
Yes.
She's going to come on our show. She slid into my DMs. I think
she
she's
wants
the
to
sweetest.
come onto your show so bad. Please have her.
Yeah, of course we will.
She's
Definitely,
been wanting
yeah.
to visit Barstool for years,
Stop.
and every
Yeah,
time I
I'm
come on,
excited.
she would send a mess. She's a huge Giants fan, so talk to her
Yes.
about her Giants.
Well,
and
I'm
she'll go on.
Patriots, so-
Okay, she has a Giants tattoo.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, and a
Why'd you
Giants
tell me this ahead of
custom
time?
tag on her Porsche.
No.
All of the horrible things.
Why did she marry a Giants
And by the way, when I
player?
would
Yeah.
direct her in my movies and she was the talent, I was the director, I would either have her in
I didn't know you did
socks
that.
or boots so that we couldn't see the Giants tattoo because I'm
No
a Cowboys fan. I'm not fucking letting somebody flex.
Well,
it.
I was
Also,
about to
that-
say I didn't
That's
notice
a
the
kink,
tattoo.
too. That's a kink,
But
too.
also
like big chunky
for sports
boots.
guys are so like diehard by the fans. They're watching porn. Their dick will go soft if they're the wrong teams on the
course.
leg.
You're
They're
a
like, fuck
Bengals
this
fan.
bitch.
Yeah.
Get her out of here.
Oh, I'm so glad you're having her. You're going to
Yeah.
love her. I've known her for years, probably over 15 years now. She's a
Yay.
go-getter. She's got a great sense of humor. You're going to love her. Oh, this makes me happy.
How
for her.
exciting.
Yay, I'm very
Yay,
excited.
yay.
Back to the semen really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Kelly Keegs, who was a girl who had a question. We just went around to the guys. She had a question that she wanted to ask you.
Okay.
And it was, question for Lisa. Do any porn stars do anything specific to make their cum taste good or just make it not taste bad? Men or women?
Men will eat a lot of pineapple and drink a lot of pineapple juice, which you're aware of, right? And it really is about healthy living. Like the best tasting semen comes from somebody who isn't eating a ton of processed foods and drinking a lot of alcohol. Like the best, like you look at Johnny Sins, who's like the A role model for the perfect porn star. And I was his first agent, by the way, when he got in the business via MySpace. Yeah, I was an agent.
How did I not know this?
It's in my first book. And I think I might have mentioned it. No, it's my first book.
Yeah, you didn't read it.
So it's about a healthy way of life. And for the girls, girls get a little bit too obsessed. Like everybody wants to douche before a scene, but it's always important to take the fluid out and do it with just water. But a lot of girls, to fight bacteria, will use tea tree in the douche.
That won't burn?
And it does burn. It does not taste great. It burns the guy a bit.
That's like when I take oil of oregano during cold and flu season. It tastes like the dolphin's dick, but it'll, knock everything right out of there.
I want you to have dick again.
Can we get him something?
Also, if you want to stay hard longer.
I tried to blow my cab driver the other day. He said no.
Oh, you should have done Uber. Because there's there's a lot of those guys there. If you want to last longer too and continue to keep a good flavor, I always told the guys to put the breath strips in their mouth before the scene starts, lay a bunch of them down here. And then as you feel like you're edging or you're getting too close too early, spit it on your hand. It'll numb your dick a little bit and help you last longer.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
No,
a little
shit.
menthol.
Yeah,
that's like it's like a Roman swipe before Roman swipes.
Yes. But the girl doesn't have to know that you have it in your mouth. Also, you're making out with her, so your mouth super fresh.
Yep.
And it doesn't irritate the girl when you put it back in her at all. So breath strips.
Marty's on Amazon right now.
Look at the face.
It's a great idea.
Get a case.
Well, Lisa, we want to do. So the last show we had Joey, like I mentioned before, is his friend is a teacher, fifth grade teacher, and they're getting to that age, sex education, whatever. So she actually screenshotted some of these fifth graders' questions on sex education. So what we did was we printed out some of our favorites, and if you would be so inclined to read and perhaps answer, you don't have to do all of them, but there's some good ones in there. If you see any you like, let it rip.
This is Marty's handwriting.
Now this is actually Marty.
So the first question we have here from young student: Hi, can you explain how to have sex? Like step 1, get nude. So he knows you have to get nude. So this is a big start. Big start here.
Young Marty, if you can address it to him. This is his question.
Okay.
So, you do have to get naked. You also have to make sure that the girl is okay with you being naked in front of her. Consent is a very important topic here. We need to have consent. Protection should be nearby as well, especially starting on a path that maybe you're new to this. Condoms are and I would say, the foreplay is very important when you're new to the sexual experience because that's what's going to get the girl to self-lubricate and open up and be ready. And it's also going to get you harder.
To receive.
Don't overthink it because you'll come too fast and she'll be really disappointed and tell everyone in school how quick it was.
Easy,
Oh my
Lisa.
God, Lisa. That is so much more than I could have ever hoped for with that question.
I had to elaborate.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Okay, next one. Can an erect penis fit under your butt crack and go around your butt? It depends whose penis it is.
In your line of work, have you seen anything like this?
Yes, of course. I've seen some super long ones. I mean, you could put Mandingo's anywhere and still see it somewhere else. I mean, he's a big boy. You see Mandingo.
Yes.
Right?
Mandingo's got a
big
thick
boy.
clip.
He's got a
Mandongo, I call him.
It's thick and
She thick.
So yes, an erect penis can fit under your butt crack and go around your butt if you have a very big penis. And I'm not looking at you for this answer because I don't think that's right.
To the left. Marty dresses to the left.
That is tough.
So
That's a
sorry.
game we do. Every time Marty walks in, we say which side he's hanging to.
Okay. Who has the biggest breasts and penis? This young writer right here is going to be spending multiple hours a day on Pornhub. He will just be looking for every single
This is for a young gentleman named KB.
The biggest breasts, years ago in the 90s, I don't know if you remember all these girls that were like Candy Apples. They were like feature dancers with weird names. But they all had like Montana Mounds was one. And I always visualize them walking in a grocery store and what it must be like when people see them. Like, big, people that are curvy, it's one thing. But when your boobs stick out your backside,
Well,
you
men
can see
love
them.
seeing it. The women think they're disgusting, probably.
Have you seen the cock destroyers on Instagram?
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Those two ladies?
No.
They have like, I got to
They're
pull
British.
up a photo.
They're British
Yeah, yeah.
reality stars.
This fifth grader needs to think about how he writes before he even thinks about having sex.
This is some Glenny Balls.
This is Glenny for sure. Isn't it? I'm Laring Leap, you're talking to. Look at this handwriting. We have to skip that.
Yeah, this is now. Marty had Glennie had a few cocktails before he wrote that one. So we'll just.
Do you have to suck on vagina to have sex? I don't like how this question is being asked. I already feel like this guy does not want to eat pussy. I already feel. I'm sorry,
have
that guy.
to suck on vagina?
The way he said it.
What the?
It's like, do I have to eat my peas if I'm to get my steak kind of thing? Like,
Right.
bless his heart. Why is he already down on it?
Well,
You got to teach him young. You got to teach him young.
I mean, you don't have to. And if you're not good at it, don't do it for a long time. Just go down there and get her done, get it wet and stick it in. But like usually the guys that are best at it have smaller penises.
Because they have to make up for it.
Yes, it's a compensation tool. And you always know that when they offer right away before they're even naked. You're like, damn, he's small.
But can you get off? Can girls
The
just?
guy that's big just whips it out. It's like, you want this right now.
Does some girls just like getting like manually stimulated and eaten out instead of the dick? If they would you rather have bad dick or good head?
Ooh,
that's a clip.
that's.
Let me say it again. Would you rather have bad dick or good head?
Jesus, I guess you'd rather.
I'd rather have good head, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Than
Absolutely.
like a loose butthole that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I think that went very well. I feel like
very
we
well.
should
I
do
think
10
we've
more.
learned a lot.
In that vein, we're going to bring in 3 gentlemen from the office right now who had questions of their own, but were a little
Hi.
bit too nervous to ask you. So
Hi.
you're going to read the questions and you're going to guess who asked which one.
Oh, fantastic.
Where's the third one, Dana?
Dana. So we're going to put
Dana.
the 3 of you
Now
guys right
also,
here.
you again.
I have
If you
manually
wanna stand
stimulated
here,
one of these
stand
gentlemen.
here.
You have to guess which one I've jerked off already.
And that would
today.
be Noah. We're going to put you guys here.
Lisa, do you remember when we met?
Yes.
Picture ago.
Yes, the t-shirts, and we helped you sell the Zillies. So I'm going to say right here, this is Dana's question.
Ooh.
If you made a porn with each person here, what would the title be? Is that your question, Dana?
No.
Not. I'm not that creative.
Should we do a reveal? That was
Do a
Tommy's,
reveal.
That was Tommy's question.
Wow. Well, hi, Tommy. It's like, are you afraid of me?
No.
Have we been together virtually before?
Probably.
Have you watched her
Just
films
be
before?
honest. Just be honest.
What?
Have you watched her films before?
Tommy
She said.
pretending he didn't watch
Have
any
you
Lisa
seen
Ann
me at
films.
work? Have I served you? Like all of the different options I give out.
Yeah. How many ways does she have to say it, Tommy? Has she served you?
Have you masturbated to my content? All right. Let me just sterilize it for you. So what would we call the porn if I had sex? And each person here, it gets sketchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we do like, can I choose a 25%? Oh, the 3 of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just the 3 of them.
No. If each of us were doing a film.
Could it be like the 3 Pooges instead of the 3 Stooges?
Or if you just want to do Tommy, you can do the 3
I thought he meant
Pooges.
everybody at Barstool.
No.
I was
Just
like, let's get
these,
hectic. You know what
No,
I'm
just
saying?
these 3 gentlemen. Or just do a
Have
Tommy.
to get
Why don't
some
we just do
tests done,
Tommy?
get some shots. What would we call this porn? I would say the 3 Pooges instead of the 3 Stooges. Triple X parody, of course. The Triple X parody. You got to label that.
We're fucking each other?
No.
Okay.
What about what
She
I'm?
goes, okay, moving on.
Okay. Is the bang bus real? I'm not sure because they go limp dick because they're so nervous.
I mean, you even got,
Now,
you
do you
just
used-
look at their faces
No,
and
you
you
used to
can
drive
tell.
the bang bus, correct?
Are you the bang bus fan?
I'm not.
Look at him. He was cracking up.
I love
I should have looked at their faces. They were giving
Yeah.
tells. I was trying to be
That's
like, okay, the bang bus is like the sketchiest fucking thing you ever do as a porn star. But the reason it's real is because everyone has to be tested and do the consent. So you meet with all these stooges at the office. They're all lined up outside this room and you're like,
Similar to this.
oh my God. And there's like, let's say 10 of them. And you know which ones are going to fail the second you look at them just because they look at you. You can like hear their heart beating as you're looking at them. You're like, that guy's not going to get hard. That guy's going to come in a second. That guy. And the bus is also super disgusting. So like, it's one of those days at work where after I would do it, I would go right to, there's a clinic in LA where the doctor would like give us shots whenever we wanted, even if we weren't sick with something. And I'd be like, yo, I just did the bang bus. Give me a shot. And it'd be like a Molotov cocktail of all these like antibiotics. So they drop these guys off at different places in Miami and then they have to stand and wait, right? They're standing at a corner to see if the other guy performed. If not, we do get to throw them out of the bus, which is really cool. You just like kick them out on the street and then you drive over to the next one. So it's not real, but it's like a beginner porn star thing. The guys aren't really porn stars yet, right? They used to advertise it on Craigslist. And the guys
Oh,
get like,
the good
I
old
think
days,
like
Craigslist.
$50, you know, to
Yeah.
just do this because they just want to do it. But it's fun because you're driving around this weird van. It's super hot in there and it's in Miami. So Okay, I should have looked at you for that one. I already.
Panic if I was on the big bus.
Would it be the motion that you're
I
driving?
go dick in a second.
Because you know it's the bang bus, because you're a fan.
So like, oh my god, these cameras are in my face. I can't do this.
And they have like, the GoPro set up all over the van. The guy's like driving, but the van is disgusting. Looking back on it right now makes me want to swim in hand sanitizer. So we have one question left because we know that this one came in. I read it earlier, right?
That was Kelly's. Yeah.
So this is for you. And what was your name again?
My name's Noah.
Noah, how much porn do you watch a day, week, year, month?
This is the best.
Maybe say twice a week.
Noah, that's a fucking lie, Noah.
So it's 4 times a week.
Noah, that's 4 times
do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
Does she watch porn with you?
She does not. No.
And so this is a secret thing that you do when either she's not home or she's in the shower
It's
or
a risk play.
So you're edging kind of on the secret factor. Do you think you could get her to watch porn with you?
I'm in a bad spot right now.
In a bad spot.
Noah,
Okay.
anything you'd like to say to the lady while we have you here?
So wait, the question is, how would you rank the 3 of us from most fuckable to least?
Okay, this was stupid because I didn't think that I thought you might have thought it was one of them who asked that.
He thought it was going to be a non. He was into a non play.
Yeah.
This is a really tough one, and it's super hard. But you know what? I'm going to give my reasons. Dana, because I know you're first. I already helped you with a T-shirt. I feel like you
Same.
deserve it.
Yes.
Well, wait, Trish, can Trish and I join in as well?
Of course, of course.
You join.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Dana first too, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second, because you're going to be so super quick, because I can tell you're going to be so nervous that you're either going to not get hard or going to come right away. And I'm saving you for last only because you're kind of cheating on your girlfriend with this porn habit that's on the side that's now 4 to 6 times a week as we actually know it. Do you pay for your porn, by the way? Do you belong to secret OnlyFans accounts?
I always pay because I want the good content. And I hate when they cut off the end.
And the fucking commercials, right? Okay, so you're free content. So you're going to be last just because you can watch porn in the meantime.
Very nice. And that leaves Tommy Smokes smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, Tommy
Really
likes to be right in the middle. Okay, well, this was
This was
lovely.
wonderful. Thank you guys for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Huge confidence boost. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome, Dana. You're
I said it too,
welcome.
Dana. You're
He's
welcome.
got that
I did
whole
too, Dana,
burly thing
so-
about him, you know.
He does. Clip that. Well, that was lovely. I hope that wasn't too much.
Wait, okay, so
Nothing's
Dana
too-
is
Okay,
actually
good.
one of my top guys here that I want to have sex with.
No,
Oh, really?
He's one of my top 3.
Is it
yeah.
the dimples?
His smile is very cute.
Yeah,
He's
I
got a
agree.
fat ass.
He's got he feels like he'd be a good cuddler.
He's into burly men, bears. He's a big bear.
Okay.
bear guy.
not solely.
Not so. No, he
Canadian
doesn't
men.
discriminate.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I like to feel petite.
By the way, you guys know that I ate some bull penis before I came in here?
Yes.
I'm just feeling it.
I refuse. Oh, it's settling in. Does it like?
I'm feeling it lodged about right here. It's slowly. I chewed it as
God.
much as possible.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I told him for religious beliefs, I was during Lent, I couldn't eat it.
I don't even
I
eat meat. I'm a
lied.
vegetarian.
And you
okay?
ate it?
Yes. It's
Oh my
all part
God.
of the course. I got to play the game, you know?
Oh my God.
Well,
Wow.
Lisa, this has been an absolute dream. We know that you have other places to be, so we don't want to keep you going. Joey, do you want to do? I feel like the table read might be too much.
Yeah, it's
right?
too
Let's
much.
not do that. But the book, The Life Back. Oh, Marty has a question.
Oh yes, we forgot.
we just got interrupted.
Oh my God.
Please.
Marty, yes, go
Marty.
ahead.
Okay, I prepared one. Okay, I prepared 2 questions actually. One,
You can ask them both.
okay. I have 3 male porn stars that I'm just interested in your opinion on what you've heard. I'm not sure if you've worked with these guys.
He's bisexual.
Ramon Nomar.
Very sexy. Foreign performer. The foreign performers are always more sexual. They're not circumcised.
I love that.
So they bring it in a different way. I like Roman
He just seems like a wild dude. Okay, OG Mudbone.
Do not know this person.
OG
Must be
Mudbone.
new. since I've left.
Freaksofcock.com? Really?
No, Freaks of Cock was.
I know a website that you don't?
No, I know the site, but I don't know the performer.
Okay, he was just wild. He had like a fake plastic dick and like had
Okay.
huge cum
there they
blasts. It
are.
was
Okay.
nuts. Okay, Tony Duncan.
He's new. I don't know him, but I see him on the Twitter sphere, right? But like, I love that you're so into the guys. Like, do you have any female porn stars you enjoy?
Ooh, yeah.
You're like, Marty. She goes,
many.
Marty, I have a couple personal questions I want to ask you right
My
now.
last question for you is, what is your last question for me? You said you had 2.
Okay, so porn.
I'm making your day easy today.
I love it.
Porn has changed a lot since you entered the industry, and now, do you think it's more healthy and safe for women to enter the industry now versus when you did? Because granted, it was a lot more private back then, but also like a lot more opportunities for people to be sketchy. Whereas like now, it's like you can just post anything online and be in it. What do you think is a better environment for women or men to enter the industry today? But I'm mainly talking about women.
I would say really when I got in was the best time of the industry. It was
Yeah.
a really nice small knit family. The shoots were really large. They had craft services, makeup, hair, wardrobe people, and everyone just it was this really big family of misfits, and everybody was so tight and close. There wasn't all this competition with free content, this and that. And as a female performer in the 90s, they were so worried you were going to leave the industry or get a boyfriend or do something that they treated you so well. Everything you did was a choice. Like, are you comfortable doing this? Do you want to work with this guy? Let me introduce you to these people. And like, you'd go to an award show and everybody would introduce you to talent you didn't know and allow you to have break off conversations. You became friends with everybody instead of just showing up and it being this machine of thousands of people getting in the industry a month.
Well, now it's also like homegrown porn stars. Anyone can be a porn star with a webcam and
with a phone,
an OnlyFans.
literally.
Right.
But that's dangerous. Like,
Yeah.
It is in a bit. Like, I think it's great that so many people took advantage during the pandemic. And I've met, so many girls. So that's why I do on Dudes Do Better. My guests are always industry guests. And so I met a girl yesterday and all she does is sext on OnlyFans. And that's where she makes all her money and she loves sexting. I met another girl that teaches guys how to date older women. So like everyone's finding this unique niche, which is pretty cool. But the downside is going to be the exposure that someone isn't used to. I'm used to being shamed and judged and people saying horrible things because I'm a porn star. Once the world opens up and somebody goes back to work after running an OnlyFans for 2 years, who's going to be the creepy guy in the office that just says inappropriate things or treats them less than they did beforehand?
Yeah.
So my concern is really how will everyone deal with the brunt of the reality that anyone they know is watching them?
It's very interesting.
Wow.
I just wondered. I was
Of
curious.
course. No, those are great
Well,
questions.
Marty, if you want to learn more, you can turn to The Life of this Story.
I will be reading. I will be reading.
Well, the life, like I said, the life back. I just want to read like the first two
you sign
sentences.
mine?
Oh yes, that's great. I want to read the first two sentences of the back of this book because if this doesn't hook you, I don't know what will. In December of 2014, Lisa Ann announced her retirement from the adult film industry. She released her first book, The Life, in December 2015. On New Year's Eve, she received a phone call threatening her life. A call that came from inside of her own home.
Did it.
And it was so again, check out the book. You're not going to be disappointed. Lisa Ann, I love you so much.
I love you too. It's great to see you again.
I know this is.
I noticed that you drink those. I noticed on your podcast you're drinking the same sodas you drink there. Are you affiliated with that brand?
I am, and I love them. Like I've been a super fan. Look,
every
no
video I saw,
calories.
you're
To
always
have
drinking
flavor with
these.
no calories is such a joy.
Oh, I want to try that one day.
I have some extras in my backpack. I'll give you some.
Okay,
I'll have some sent to you guys because it's got amino acids. It's got benefits with bubbles, electrolytes. So it's like,
and you're not drinking right now, so this is a little bit something effervescent.
yes. I'm back to drinking now. That
Okay,
was
makes
then. I'm not often.
Mama's back on the sauce right now. So, what's your socials? It's just at the
Real Lisa Ann. Everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok.
Love it. Well, Lisa Ann, thank you very much. We hope to have you back again sometime soon.
Yay.